Say what now? Jaguar Wright is back at it again. And this time, she's not just throwing shade, she's tossing a whole thunderstorm. If you thought the Beyoncé and Jay-Z conspiracy theories were wild before, buckle up, because it just got messier. The celebrity gossip revelations coming out right now are on a whole different level. From Beyoncé's alleged ties to a secret lesbian cult in Hollywood, to whispers about witchcraft, Sasha Fierce possession, and even silencing tactics used to keep close friends and collaborators quiet. This rabbit hole goes deep. According to Jaguar Wright, the same inner circle that helped Beyoncé rise to superstardom may have also played a role in protecting secrets the world was never meant to know. And it doesn't stop there. Beyoncé and Jay-Z's close friend allegedly just spilled unbelievable secrets, linking Beyoncé to Blue Cantrell and dragging names like Diddy, T.I., Jamie Foxx, even Mike Tyson into this spiraling Hollywood web of mystery. Think it's just gossip? Think again. We're diving into the disturbing truth, decoding the Jay-Z and Beyoncé conspiracy, and exposing the truth they've tried to bury for years. Stay locked in. Before we unpack the wild accusations against Beyoncé, let's talk about the woman behind the megaphone, Jaguar Wright. If you're not familiar with her, buckle in, because this isn't her first time flipping the entire industry upside down. Jaguar Wright rose to fame as a powerhouse vocalist in the early 2000s, known for her raw talent and deep soul. But what truly made her infamous wasn't just her voice. She spent the last few years spilling tea that most people in the industry wouldn't even whisper. She's come for Diddy, Jay-Z, Alicia Keys, Common, and even The Roots, dropping bombshells about what allegedly goes on behind the scenes in the music industry. From Diddy's secrets exposed by ex-bodyguards, to Buckshot revealing industry secrets, and even T.I. hinting at Diddy's secret about Jamie Foxx, Jaguar has stood by her stories while others ran from the spotlight. But here's the twist. A lot of what Jaguar said in the past actually turned out to be true. That's why when she drops a name like Beyoncé, people listen. She's claimed that some of the biggest celebrities use fame and power to hide disturbing truths about secret cults, elite witchcraft rituals, and underground agendas that keep the rich richer and the rest of us in the dark. She's connected dots between stars like Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and the Hollywood elite, suggesting a deeper plan to silence those who talk. She even hinted that people who spill today often don't make it to tomorrow. This time, her sights are locked on Beyoncé. Could this be the moment the Beyoncé and Jay-Z conspiracy finally unravels? Let's keep digging. Now here's where the tea turns scalding. According to Jaguar Wright, Beyoncé isn't just a pop icon. She's allegedly been living a double life since her Destiny's Child days, and the rumors don't stop at simple relationship drama. Jaguar claims that Beyoncé is part of an elite underground lesbian cult in Hollywood. Yes, you heard that right. A secret lesbian cult that allegedly targets young, vulnerable women and pulls them into exclusive inner circles. Jaguar insists that Beyoncé's parents, Matthew and Tina Knowles, knew about her preferences early on, and instead of allowing her to explore it naturally, they allegedly pushed her to marry Jay-Z quickly to kill the rumors and protect her career. And here's where things start spiraling. Jaguar claims that Jay-Z began pursuing Beyoncé when she was still underage, a detail that gets buried under headlines but raises massive red flags when re-examined in this context. Was this marriage about love, or was it a strategic move to keep a larger secret under wraps? It gets deeper. According to Wright, this so-called cult doesn't just serve as Beyoncé's safe space, but also acts as her shield, a hidden network of elites that allegedly protect her from scandal and ensure her dominance in the industry. Could this be how Beyoncé stayed scandal-free for so long? How she's dodged the career-ending bullets others couldn't? Now let's talk about the Renaissance album. Beyoncé told the world this album was a tribute to her late gay uncle, Uncle Johnny, and a celebration of the LGBTQ+ community. But Jaguar claims it's something very different. She says the album is Beyoncé's personal homage to her true self, a coded celebration of her repressed desires and her identity as a high-ranking member of this rumored inner circle. The clues, Jaguar says, are all over the album. The collaborations with queer icons, the bisexual flag lighting on tour, the symbolic lyrics, and even subtle hints in her complex magazine covers and music videos. And then there's the timing. This album came right after years of silence about her personal life. Was it finally Beyoncé's way of reclaiming who she really is? The conspiracy thickens when you connect the dots. Industry whispers say Beyoncé has had flings with women in the past, including R&B singer Emile during their early 2000s collab. After Emile reportedly declined Beyoncé's advances, her career mysteriously stalled, and the interview where she spilled the tea, gone. scrubbed clean from the internet. The same patterns keep showing up: rumors, silence, then disappearance. Whether it's Lady Gaga dropping cryptic hints about Beyoncé liking women after their telephone collab, or people recalling Beyoncé's night out at the burlesque club, cheering for two women getting intimate. These stories keep popping up only to vanish again. Until now. Jaguar Wright's claims might sound outrageous on the surface, but if you follow her track record, you know she doesn't speak without purpose. And in a world where Mike Tyson admits having a gay affair with Diddy, T.I. reveals Diddy's secret about Jamie Foxx, and even Diddy faces arrest, we've seen how quickly so-called conspiracy theories turn into confirmed headlines. Could Beyoncé really be the centerpiece of a far-reaching, carefully managed cover-up, or is Jaguar Wright just reaching? Let's look deeper into the Renaissance symbolism, her alter ego Sasha Fierce, and the disturbing truths her ex-drummer tried to warn us about. On the surface, Beyoncé's Renaissance album was framed as a love letter to the LGBTQ+ community, particularly as a tribute to her late gay Uncle Johnny. But if you ask Jaguar Wright, this wasn't just about Uncle Johnny. It was Beyoncé's way of revealing pieces of her hidden identity, camouflaged through rainbow-colored visuals and cryptic lyrics. From the moment the track list dropped, fans noticed something different. Beyoncé wasn't just supporting queer voices, she was embodying them. On tracks like Cozy and Alien Superstar, she featured and highlighted powerful queer voices like trans icon T.S. Madison and DJ Honey Dijon, both heavily involved in the production. Then there's the use of bisexual flag colors in her performances and visuals. During the Renaissance World Tour, screens lit up in pink, purple, and blue, the exact colors of the bi-pride flag. Coincidence? Maybe, but for fans who followed her closely, it felt more intentional than accidental. Take Thick, for example. Beyoncé's lyrics suggest more than just girl power. I told her go harder, eat that, like it's Mastro. It's bold, explicit, and deeply personal. Another standout is Summer Renaissance, where she remixes her own lyrics during live performances. Come here, Caroline, let me eat you. The identity of Caroline remains a mystery, but the implication, loud and clear. Critics brushed it off as performance art, but to people like Jaguar Wright, it's a signal, a glimpse into Beyoncé's real desires that she's long been forced to suppress. Wright argues that Renaissance wasn't a celebration of community, it was a celebration of self, wrapped in enough glitter and glam to pass under the radar. Even Beyoncé's collaborations added to the speculation. From Grace Jones to Big Freedia, the entire album is drenched in queer influence, but it's Beyoncé's comfort and confidence within that space that raised eyebrows. Was she simply paying homage or expressing what she couldn't say aloud? Then there's the deeper layer, the timing of the release. Beyoncé dropped Renaissance during a period of intense scrutiny and personal silence. Some believe it was her coded coming out moment, a form of artistic confession filtered through the lens of culture, dance, and fashion. Let's not forget her long history of using symbolism, from her 2003 and 2013 Complex magazine covers that subtly used bisexual lighting to her Formation performance that included coded messages only the deeply observant could catch. Beyoncé has always been fluent in hidden language. Could it be that Renaissance is less about honoring others and more about finally seeing herself in the mirror? A carefully crafted album protected by plausible deniability that tells the world who she really is without having to spell it out. The lines between tribute and revelation are blurred. And if Jaguar Wright is right, Beyoncé has been slowly telling her truth for years. We just weren't listening closely enough. The more you peel back the glittery layers, the more the mystery unfolds. And just when you think you've seen it all, another clue appears. Up next, we dive into the world of witchcraft, alter egos, and the strange story of Beyoncé's ex-drummer filing for a restraining order. Let's get into it. When Beyoncé first introduced the world to Sasha Fierce, it was pitched as just an alter ego, a performance persona meant to help her conquer the stage. But what started as an artistic identity soon spiraled into something much darker and eerier. Beyoncé once admitted that before taking the stage at the BET Awards, she raised her hands and felt something enter her body. Her words, not ours. She said she felt possessed and that Sasha Fierce took over whenever she needed to perform. What was meant to sound empowering came off to many as chilling. Fans began speculating. Was Sasha Fierce just a character or something spiritual, or worse, something supernatural? This is where Jaguar Wright's narrative ties into decades-old industry rumor that Beyoncé has long been linked to African spirituality, occult symbolism, and even dark magic. And this isn't just internet folklore. In 2018, Beyoncé's longtime drummer, Kimberly Thompson, filed a restraining order against her, accusing her of extreme witchcraft, tapping her phone, controlling finances, and even killing her cat through spiritual manipulation. Yes, those details were in the official court documents. Though the initial request was denied, the media firestorm it caused was undeniable. Kimberly, who had worked closely with Beyoncé for over 7 years, claimed she had to leave the tour for her own mental health. According to her, Beyoncé was using dark energy to spy, control, and intimidate anyone who tried to break free. Now add Jaguar Wright's relentless commentary into the mix. She insists that Beyoncé is not just a spiritual performer, but a high-ranking witch, deeply tied to Oshun, Yamaya, and other forces most fans don't even realize she invokes. She suggests Sasha Fierce isn't a persona, it's a channel, a spirit Beyoncé allows to embody her body during shows. It's not hard to see why fans have their doubts. The fiery rituals, glowing pyramids, and trance-like performances aren't just aesthetically bold, they're suspiciously ritualistic. Add in triangles, checkerboards, and symbols lifted straight from esoteric texts, and you start asking, is this art or initiation? And then there's the eerie silence that follows anyone who dares to speak up. Kimberly isn't the only insider who's made accusations, just one of the only ones to survive the backlash. Many believe Beyoncé and Jay-Z's silencing tactics are very real, and that power in the industry isn't just maintained through contracts, but through fear. In fact, some say the entire industry runs on unspoken rules. We've seen it before. Diddy's secrets exposed by his ex-bodyguard, Mike Tyson's shocking confession, T.I. hinting at deeper connections between Jay-Z and Jamie Foxx. When celebrities speak, it's often dismissed until it's too late to ignore. Which brings us back to Beyoncé. Every time she steps on stage, she becomes more powerful. But is that because of discipline or something more spiritually loaded, something forbidden? Whatever the truth, it's clear this isn't just a performer working hard. This is something else entirely. And as the whispers grow louder, so does the suspicion that Beyoncé's disturbing truth is being hidden in plain sight. Coming up next, the Beyoncé love triangle rumors, her alleged romantic ties to Emil, strange energy between her and Lady Gaga, and what really went down during that infamous burlesque club night. If there's one thing the industry is good at, it's making inconvenient truths disappear. But in Beyoncé's case, some of the juiciest stories just keep coming back, no matter how hard they try to erase them. Let's start with Emil, a lesser-known R&B singer who collaborated with Beyoncé on the early 2000s track I Got Back. At the time, Emil was buzzing, but shortly after, she disappeared from the spotlight. The reason? According to long-standing rumors, Emil once revealed in an interview that Beyoncé tried to pursue her romantically during their collaboration. When Emil declined and walked away, she said things got uncomfortable. Soon after, her career took a nosedive, and that very interview vanished, wiped from the internet, gone without a trace. But gossip doesn't die so easily, and this story has been whispered through blogs and forums for years, resurfacing in conspiracy circles and celebrity gossip revelations. Then came Lady Gaga. Their chemistry on telephone had people raising eyebrows. The song was edgy, fierce, and undeniably queer-coded, but it was Gaga's comment in a post-release interview that made jaws drop. We had an amazing time working together, and it just kind of works because we both like women. Fans were stunned. Was Gaga being literal or playful? Either way, she cracked open the door to more speculation. The energy between her and Beyoncé was intense, too intense to ignore. And just when things cooled off, another moment surfaced. Beyoncé was spotted at The Box, a notorious burlesque club in NYC, with 3 female friends. An eyewitness claimed Beyoncé was surrounded by curtains, heavily guarded, and cheered loudly as 2 women performed a risque act, licking each other's feet on stage. She stayed until nearly 4 a.m., allegedly soaking up the show. Again, no formal statement, no denial, just a cloud of rumors that refuses to fade. Whether these are isolated incidents or puzzle pieces in a larger truth, one thing is clear. Beyoncé's past is full of moments that hint at a very different personal narrative than what the public sees. And if Jaguar Wright is right, all of this ties into the carefully protected Beyoncé Jay-Z love triangle, a brand more polished than personal, and the cracks are starting to show. Coming up next, decoding the symbols, signs, and secret language Beyoncé has used for years, and how fans are finally seeing the truth behind the glitter. If you know anything about Beyoncé, it's that nothing she does is by accident. Every image, lyric, and look is curated, and that's exactly why fans and theorists believe she's been telling her real story through symbolism this whole time. Let's start with something called bisexual lighting, a mix of purple, pink, and blue hues that have become visual code for queer identity. Beyoncé used this lighting heavily on tour, in her Renaissance visuals, and on not one, but 2 complex magazine covers covers in 2003 and again in 2013. Most fans didn't notice it back then, but in hindsight, it's raising eyebrows. Then there are her videos, Haunted, Mine, Partition, all laced with cryptic imagery, dualities, mirrors, veils, and masked figures. Even her Formation Super Bowl performance included pyramid formations, serpentine movements, and choreography that many believe echoed occult symbolism. Coincidence or coded ritual? Her lyrics, too, play with identity. On Teak, she sings about a girl's body like she's admiring her lover. In Summer Renaissance, she croons, "Come here, Caroline, let me eat you." These aren't metaphors, they're signals, at least to those who believe Beyoncé is carefully revealing her hidden desires under the guise of performance art. Even the positioning of collaborators matters. Bringing in T.S. Madison, Honey Dijon, and Big Freedia wasn't just inclusion, it felt strategic. It told the queer community, "I see you," but to others it whispered, "I am you." Add in Jaguar Wright's T, the recurring themes of witchcraft and Beyoncé's fascination with alter egos, and it starts to look like a carefully constructed revelation, not just aesthetic choices. So, what is the truth Beyoncé's been hinting at all along? Coming up next, the grand finale. Let's connect every thread and ask, have we been watching a perfectly hidden truth unfold for decades? So what do we make of all this? The secretive love affairs, the witchcraft rumors, the bisexual lighting, the collaborators, the lyrics, the restraining order, the club stories, and the strange silence from those who once stood beside her. When you lay it all out, piece by piece, it no longer sounds like wild gossip. It feels like a coded confession, hidden in plain sight for decades. Jaguar Wright might be controversial, but even her critics admit she doesn't talk unless she's sure. And when you cross-reference her claims with what we've seen, heard, and felt over the years, it makes you wonder, has Beyoncé been revealing her true identity all along through symbols, visuals, and curated performances? Maybe the Renaissance wasn't just about honoring her uncle or the LGBTQ community. Maybe it was Beyoncé's way of finally stepping into her own power, her own truth, and her own voice without saying a single word. Maybe it's been a long time coming. Or maybe this is all just smoke and mirrors. A carefully controlled performance meant to provoke, distract, or shield us from the truth behind the glitter. Whatever the case, the Beyoncé and Jay-Z conspiracy now feels more real than ever. And with other celebrities being exposed, Diddy's secrets, T.I.'s confessions, Mike Tyson's shocker, and even industry veterans like Buckshot revealing dark truths, you have to ask, is Beyoncé just an entertainer or something much more powerful and secretive? Let's open this up. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe this is just coincidence, or have we all been watching a carefully curated illusion? Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more celebrity gossip revelations, and ring the bell, because the next secret is closer than you think.